Let's check out this first story from The Verge. Twitter miscounted its daily users for 3 years straight. How did this happen twice? Yo, The Verge is a progressive website. When they point out you're doing something wrong, something must be really wrong. They report Twitter overstated the number of daily users on its service for 3 years straight, overcounting by up to 1.9 million users each quarter. The error was due to Twitter inadvertently counting multiple accounts as active when they were all tied to a single user, even if they weren't in use. These incorrect usage numbers were given for Q1 2019 through Q4 2021. This is somehow not the first time Twitter has done this. In 2017, Twitter also realized it had been overstating its user figures by 1 to 2 million for 3 years. The repeat mistake was revealed today in Twitter's earnings release for the first quarter of 2022. Here's the amazing thing. The earnings report was bad. They were down a bit. I think, was it like 30 million less? Let me just pull up the timcast.com article. Twitter's earnings report shows missed revenue projections. They were projecting 1.23 billion, making only 1.2 billion. Now, that's not that bad, but their money is going down, and I predicted this. This likely, in my opinion, would have resulted in a stock drop-off, but because Elon has already agreed to buy it, stock is likely going up or staying the same. In fact, the fact that the stock isn't currently sitting at $54.20 says to me there are some people who think the deal won't go through, and it's possible. But this is big, and it could be a reason. So many people on Twitter are now saying, this sounds like fraud, yo. Like Twitter was lying. They were lying to their advertisers. They lied to Elon Musk. I don't think Elon Musk would decide not to buy the platform now, but I wonder what this means for the deal, and I wonder what it means for Twitter's executives. Is anybody going to get in trouble?
Yeah, I mean, Elon's ability to negotiate downwards. Also, of course, let's point out the fact that Twitter, which has decided that they would take it upon themselves to determine what was or was not misinformation in the outside world, would not even deliver accurate figures on how their website was doing.
I'll tell you, man, I worked behind the scenes at Minds developing that company for a decade, and there is no way that they did not know that one person with 5 accounts is not one person. They're intentionally allowing that to play to overvalue the company. This is insidious.
Let's drive.
I don't know that for sure. Of course, I can't prove that.
Let's drive this point home. Ian, you were a co-founder at Minds.com,
Yeah.
a social media platform with millions of users.
Yeah.
You watched. You've seen internals. You actually moderated the platform.
Yeah.
In your expert opinion, having run social media infrastructure, Twitter knew that was wrong.
I bet there are 7,500. Yes. There are so many employees at that company, 7,500 plus employees. I would imagine 30%, probably 10% of them knew.
That's a good point too.
I think
not a single person said, "Hey, wait a minute, guys."
I think if you've got a company that knows if somebody misgendered somebody, if somebody and that can shut them down and are that deep into the daily workings of their site, that they didn't somehow know how many people were using it is kind of...
They might be calculating daily active logins, which is the dirty game to play, because it's the one person logs into 5 different accounts, then it's still one person.
Well, I mean, look, if they couldn't figure out how many people were using their website, all I have to say is they need to learn to code.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah.
I knew somebody was going to say that.
Yeah, we were waiting for it.
Yeah, they do need to learn that.
But I don't know what happens. Does anything happen? Look, we're seeing a lot of victories across the board, but does anybody really believe someone will be held accountable for this stuff?
I predict that there's going to be a lot more that's going to come out of this closet at Twitter, that this is going to be less of the problem that I think we're going to find out as far as what's been being manipulated over the last X amount of years.